Everyone, welcome to channel Qtomation. In previous session, we have seen the concept of Git Rebase. So on high level, we have seen the concept of Git Rebase in our last session. Today we will see one practical example of Git Rebase, then we will understand it better. So just revise one more time. So what exactly it is Git Rebase? So in fast forward merge, we have seen previously, in fast forward merge, it is linear in nature. So if you have master branch, and these are two commits which are in master branch, and after the commit, we have created feature X branch, and it can also have multiple commits in it. When we are going to merge this branch to master branch, it will not create any conflict. It will not create any conflict, and also no new merge commit will be created in case of fast forward merge, because it is a linear in nature. That's why no new merge commit is created. Also, there is no conflict in this scenario. But in case of three-way merge, we have seen if there are commits which are happened in master branch after the feature branch is created, then there is high chances of conflict. And whenever in this scenario, when feature branch gets merged to master branch, it will create new merge commit. So total number of commits will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So in three-way merge commit get created. And it is non-linear in nature. There are commits which can have multiple parent commit. So in this case, there can be possibility of multiple parent commits. So that is for three-way merge. But if we don't want any new merge commit to be created, then we can go for Git Rebase technique. So rebasing in Git is a technique primarily used to streamline project's commit history. It will be helpful in situations where you don't want to create any parent commit, multiple parent commit to a commits. Basically, if you want to make it linear and without any conflict and merge commits that can clutter the history. So in such scenario, we can use Git Rebase. It also used to avoid multiple parent for commits. And Git Rebase is two-step technique. In Git Rebase, what we have to do is we have to follow two steps. In first step, we have to rebase the branch and then we can merge it. In first step, we have to first rebase the branch, and once the branch is rebased, then we can merge it in second step. So what will happen in that case is feature branch will be added on top of master branch. So if you see this example, before rebase and after rebase. So let's say there is a commit 1 in master branch, commit 2 in master branch, and from commit 2, after this commit 2, we have created feature X branch, and that feature X branch is having C1X and C2X commits. There can be n number of commits in feature X branch, and after this base commit, there is another commit happened in master branch. Let's say C3 is another commit happened in master branch, and currently base commit is C2, because from this commit feature X branch is generated. So now when we perform Git Rebase, so what I want to do is, let's say we have a scenario, we want to make it linear and we don't want any merge commit to be created to merge this feature X branch. Then we can use Git Rebase. So you can go to feature branch, and once you execute Git Rebase master command, in step 1 we have to execute Git Rebase master command. What it will do is, in first step, it will rebase. Rebase means base commit will be realigned. So if you see, initially C2 is base commit, but once you perform Git Rebase master, it will change the base commit from C2 to C3. It will realign the base commit from C2 to C3. And on top of that C3 commit, it will create two new commit objects. It will create two new commit objects of feature X branch. So in feature X branch, C1X and C2X, these are the commits which are present. So in this example, what will happen is, on top of this master branch, two new commits will be created. Two new commit objects will be created. And these two commit objects will be discarded. Totally new two commit ID with two different IDs will be created. The ID will be different from the ID of C1X is different from this C1X. These two will be discarded. So new commit objects will be created. But other information will remain as it is. The changes which are made in these commits will reflect in this commit. Changes which are made in this commit will also reflect in this commit. But ID will be different and they will be placed on top of master branch. They will be placed on top of master branch. So it will become linear in nature. So after Git rebase, first step, it will realign the base commit from C2 to C3 and it will also create two new commit objects on top of master branch. So when we execute Git rebase master, Git will automatically create two new objects for commit on top of master branch. And these two feature branch commits will be discarded in step 1. And once you do that, we have to perform the second step, that is git merge command. After that, the changes will be merged. And we can merge that feature branch to master. So it will become like this: C1, C2, C3, which is a new base commit. After that, C1X and C2X. This becomes linear in nature. So there are no chances of merge conflict here. But also we have to note that commit history also not maintained in rebase. So once, because these two commits will be discarded. So from which commit, which changes are coming, that will not be maintained in commit history. So commit history will not be maintained in Git rebase. We have to remember that point. And also important point we have to remember is, we should use Git rebase only in case of local environment and not in remote repository. Now let's see practical example. So we will also replicate the same scenario. What we will do, we will create one master branch. In that master branch, we will commit file1.txt in commit 1. Then we will commit file2.txt in commit 2. After that, we will create new feature X branch in which we will do two commits. Let's say file3 and file4. And then again we will do one new commit in master branch. Let's say by adding file5.txt. So total 5 commits will do, out of which 3 will be in master branch, 2 will be in feature branch, and feature X branch is initially will have base commit of C2. And then we will perform git rebase command. So let's practically execute one by one. So let's go to my project. In this my project, I will open git bash. After opening the git bash, what we have to do? We can first initialize empty git local repository. Git init command will initialize and create empty git repository in our project. After that, what we can do is, I am going to create two files, touch file1.txt command and file2.txt. It will create two new files in my project. So two files are created in my working directory. Now I will do two commits, C1 and C2 on master branch. In first commit, I will add file1.txt and in second commit, I will add file2.txt. So let's add file1.txt semicolon. We will also commit it, git commit -m This is our first commit, that is C1. Let's say I am just adding the comment as C1. So what we are doing here, we are adding this file to staging area and committing to master branch. So let's execute this command. Then again we will add file2.txt. In second commit, I am just naming it as C2. So it will add file2.txt in staging area and then it will commit to master branch. So we have completed these two commits. So what we have done is we have created the master branch and in that we have done C1 and C2. Now we will create new feature X branch. Now I am going to create new feature X branch, and in that feature X branch again we will do two new commits. So what I am going to do, how to create a new branch, git branch, and what is the name of the branch we want to give, let's say feature X. So we have created a new feature X branch now, and we have to switch to that branch. Git checkout command we can use to switch to feature X branch. So now I have switched to feature X branch. So once I switch to feature X branch, I will create new file. Let's say I am creating touch file 3. I am just going to create touch file 3.txt and also file 4.txt. So I have created two new files. Now I will add that file into staging area. Git add file 3.txt semicolon, and then I will commit that file -m. I'm just naming it as C comment. I'm just adding the comment as C1X because it is a feature X branch commit. So it is a first commit in feature X branch, and the branch which is inherited from master branch will inherit initial both the commits of master branch as well. So first let's perform this. So we have added file3.txt and committed to feature X branch. We will also add and commit file4.txt as well. In commit, let's say C2X, that is I am adding it as a comment. Right, so what we have done so far is we have created master branch, C1 and C2 two commits present in master branch. Then we have created feature X branch from C2 commit. So after C2 commit in master branch, we have created feature X branch. So what is the base commit here? C2 is base commit, and then we have created new feature X branch. We have switched to feature X branch. Then we have added two new files and we have committed those two new files in these two commits. Now I want to do this commit. So again we will switch to master branch and I will perform addition of one more commit in master branch. So how to switch to master branch again? Git checkout master command. It will check out to master branch. Again I will create one new file. Let's say touch file5.txt. After creating this file, I will add that file. Git add file5.txt, and then I will commit that file to master branch. Git commit -m. This is the third commit in master branch. So this is also done. So I think some mistake is there. Let me refresh this folder once. Let me quickly check this one again. So we have created file 5, and let's say I am just executing the command git add file 5.txt git commit -m c3 on master branch. I'm just clearing the console. Okay, yeah. So again I will just check out to master branch again. Git checkout master branch. In the master branch, what I will do, we have already created file 5.txt. So let's check that file is present in staging area. No. So file 1 and 2 are present in staging area only, but file 5 is not present in staging area yet. So what I will do, I will just add file 5.txt in staging area, and then I will commit that file again, git commit -m. I'm just adding comment as c3x. Okay, so now we have committed that file. So we are currently in master branch. If I want to check how many commits are there in master branch, then what is the command for that? So currently if you see how many commits are there in master branch, 1, 2 and 3, C1, C2 and C3. So let me just execute the command git log -, one line. So these are 3 commits which are present in master branch. So we have renamed, so basically C1, C2 and C3x. It should have been C3 because in our diagram we have explained it as a C3 only, but just for understanding purpose, now I'm just changing it to C3x. So let's say this is C3x. I'm just changing in diagram as well so that we will not get confused. So C1, C2 and we have changed it to C3x. So I'm just changing it to C3x. Yeah. So now if you see the diagram, so C1, C2 and C3x, these are the 3 commits which are present in master branch. So I'm just copying it. So let's copy this C1, C2 and C3x. So these are the commits present in master branch before rebase. So we haven't performed any rebase activity yet. So C1, C2 and C3x are the commits which are present in master branch, and in feature branch, let's say in feature X branch, what are the commits will be present? So in feature X branch, I have to switch to git checkout feature X branch. So let's switch to feature X branch and let's execute git log -, one line command. So if you see C1x, C1, C2, C1x and C2x. So C1 and C2, this basically coming from master branch. If you see C1 and C2 are coming from master branch. After that we have created feature X branch in which we have added C1x and C2x. So these are the commits which we have added in feature X branch. So currently if you see how many commits are there in feature X branch, C1, C2, C1xa and C2x. So these 4 will be present in feature X branch. So I am just copying this 4. So let's copy this 4 here. So C1, C2, C1x and C2x. These are the commits in feature X branch. Now what we will do is, I want to merge feature X branch to master branch by using Git Rebase. I don't want any merge commit to be created. I don't want any new merge commit to be created. So I will use Git Rebase technique. So currently if you see, I want to use Git Rebase technique. So currently if you see in feature X branch, C1, C2, after C2 there is C1X and C2X. So C2 is currently the base commit present here. But once I perform the Git Rebase, this C3X will become the base commit. So if you see the diagram here, currently C1, C2, let me just show you like this here also. So currently if you see, before rebase, if you see the feature X branch, C1 is the first commit, C2 is second commit, and after C2 there is C1X and then C2X. So after C2 there is C1X and C2X. But once you perform Git Rebase, what will happen? After rebase, what should happen? After rebase, C1, C2, and then base should be realigned. So C3 should become the base C3X. So C3X should become the base commit, and after C3X there should be C1X and C2X. So how to rebase it now is, what I will do, I have to first go to feature X branch. So I am already on feature X branch. So once I am on feature X branch, I have to execute the command. I have to execute the command git rebase master. So once I execute this command, let's see what happens. So it is showing you that successfully rebased and updated feature X. So it has successfully completed the step 1. So now if I check git log -1 line, and let's see the history now. I'm just copying this history again and let's put it here. So after rebase, what happened? If you see after rebase, and this is the before rebase. So before rebase and after rebase. So if you see C1, C2, these are the commits from master branch. Earlier C1X was the base commit, but now C3X has become the base commit. And after C3X, two new commit objects are created. So this is equivalent to this one. So we have performed the step 1. So C1, so if you see, C1 is the first commit, C2, and then C2 base is realigned to C3X. So now if you see C1, C2, and base commit is realigned to C3X. So this base commit is realigned from C2 to C3X, and after that C1X and C2X, two new, these are basically two new commit objects which are created on top of C3X. On top of C3X, C1X and C2X are two new commit object which are created. And these two objects which were present in feature X branch are discarded now. So if you see, these were present previously. If you see the ID of this C1X and C2X compared to this C1X and C2X, IDs are different now. So these two got discarded, and the same replica with different IDs are created here. So all the changes will be present here from this C1X and C2X in this as well, but ID will be different. So this is called as a first step of Git Rebase. So we have realigned the base from C1X to C3X. So we have realigned the base. Earlier it was C2. So if you see, earlier the base was C2. Earlier the base commit was C2, and after that C1X was present. But after rebase, what has changed? This C3X is now the base commit. C3X is the base commit, and after that C1X and C2X are two new commit objects which are created. So this is the first step which are happened. And what is the next step is, we have to perform git merge command. So we have to first switch to master branch, and then we can perform git merge command. So what I will do, I will switch to master branch, git checkout master, and after checkout to master we can perform git merge command, and it will complete the merging process, git merge and the branch name, that is feature X. So once you execute this command, let's see what happens. If you see, internally it is similar to fast forward merge because it is not creating any new merge commit. No conflict also happened, and new merge commit also not created. No new merge commit is created, and it has completed the merge process. So now if I see git log -- one line, it will show you like this. So first commit, second commit from master branch, then C3X commit, C1X commit, and C2X commit. So it has become like this: C1, C2, and this we have already renamed it as C3X while executing the command. So that's why I'm just adding C3X here. So C1, C2, C3X, C1X, and C2X. So this becomes linear in nature now. So this branch is now linear in nature. So we have placed that feature branch changes on top of master branch now without creating any new merge commit. If you see the number of commits, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 only. But in normal three-way merge which we have seen previously, in that it used to create one extra merge commit as well. So total number of commits in three-way merge would be 6 in that scenario. But if you do the git rebase, it will not create any merge commit. It will create in linear in nature. There are only one parent for every commit. There are no multiple parent for each commit, or any commit there are no multiple parents. It is linear in nature. So that is about git rebase. So what we have done is, let's revise one more time. So what we have seen in the example is, first we have created the master branch. In master branch we have done C1 and C2, two commits. Then we have created the feature X branch, in which we have added C1X and C2X are the commits. Then again we switch to master branch and we have created one new commit, that is C3X. And then we want to perform the first step of rebase, that is, when you executed, we have to first switch to feature X branch, and then we have executed the command of git rebase master. So if you see here, we have executed the command of git rebase master. After executing git rebase master, first step is completed. So our base commit realigned from C2 to C3X. So C3X was the most latest commit in master branch. So our realignment happened from C2 to C3X. And these two objects, that is C1X and C2X commit from feature X branch, got discarded. Two new commit objects are created with the same changes as C1X and C2X, and they are placed on top of C3X, which is a new base commit. So that's why after the first step of rebase, if you see C1, C2, C3X, that is this one, then C1X and C2X, the commits from feature X branch. And after that we can perform the second step, that is, we have to switch to master branch, and then we have to perform the commit merge feature X command, git merge branch name. So after that our merge is completed. So after that, if you see the history, it will show you C1, C2, C3X, C1X, and C2X. It became linear in nature. So it became linear in nature like this. After second step, it became linear in nature, and we have completed the rebase and merge activity here. So this is how. So I will just change here also. So it should be C2 to C3X, that we have seen in the example. That was just for understanding purpose. But I hope you have understood overall concept of git merge, git rebase, etc. And one thing we have to remember is, do not use on remote repository. Git rebase we should use only in case of local environment. When you are using remote repository or if you are using shared branches, always try to use Git normal merging process, normal three-way merge instead of Git rebase. But in your local repository, if you want to make linear in nature, then you can use Git rebase, but make sure you only use in local environment and not in remote repository. So that's about Git rebase activity. So Git rebase we have seen. In coming session, let's learn about some more topics around Git and GitHub. So thank you for watching this video.